Well, for the past few months, I've kind of been laughing at, well, the extremely uneducated comments on the XPRO3. And I'm going to clear things up very, very quickly since nobody seems to understand that form follows function. Let's take a look at technology in identical parallel, of course, with modern Samsung cameras. However, Samsung now actually has a folding screen phone. They had some design issues with it, but that was because it's incredibly complicated and a completely new type of display. You and I, if you're older than 25 years old, and they still do make flip phones, we all had these neat flip phones with inward-facing LCD displays. Yeah? And phones were actually meant to be very simple, and they're meant to be phones, and we use the screen as a secondary device for, mail and so on and so forth. And I've had more than my share of flip phones. This was really popular. I recall that when this came out, that everybody was the Razor. Everybody thought this was the coolest thing since sliced bread. Is incredibly simple. Also, an inward-facing LCD display. In fact, there were over 20 or 30 companies, billion-dollar companies, that actually made inward-facing LCD flip phones like we have here on the right, and of course there's a modern phone on the left with an outward-facing LCD. Let's get obviously the mention that of course that the screen that's inward-facing was far, far less prone to be broken rather than like my modern iPhone or your modern Samsung, but that's not really the point. 20 plus billion-dollar companies, yeah, made billions and billions and billions of flip phones that everybody owned, and we all loved them, and they were very, very simple. Yeah, even though of course, the LCD displays were not real high resolution, but you didn't really need that since they were obviously not for photography. Yeah, all sorts of celebrities love their latest flip phone with the inward-facing LCD display. Here we go. Maybe that's a bad example of a celebrity. Yeah, simplicity is divinity. And let's actually talk about the 800-pound gorilla or the pink elephant in the room. I hear that's what the Australians call it. Yeah, here's another set of. Anyway, I think you get the point. You just don't understand that. Of course, here we have the inward-facing LCD display on the XPRO3. It's this. This is what you're not getting. We actually have all of the power plus all of the simplicity. That is what the XPRO3 is. That is what the design team in Japan designed, and that's exactly what it is. It has all of the power, okay? Really fast autofocus, yada yada, same sensor, same image processing engine. By the way, even though it's an inward-facing LCD display, and by the way, I mentioned in my full review of the XPRO3 yesterday how you could actually chimp off of the image you just took much faster by looking through the EVF. Much faster. Yeah, so refer to that video from yesterday on the full review of the XPRO3, but this is what it is. It's all the power plus all the sleek simplicity. That is the design. You remember this flip phone? Yeah, the Motorola Razr? Oh my god, everybody loved it. So simple, inward-facing LCD. At the time, it was actually an incredibly powerful phone. Of course, the LCD wasn't anything like the LCD on the XPRO3, which is, by the way, the best LCD I've ever seen on any digital camera, but this is what it is. It's called form follows function, and its design is exactly this. It was designed to A, have all the power, and B, all the simplicity of a flip phone. Yeah, that's exactly what the XPRO3 is. And this is a perfect parallel of technology found with phones as we currently have with the XPRO3. If you don't get it, you don't get it. But all the people that are complaining about it, they've never had their hands on it. And they have no idea what they're talking about it. But, buy whatever makes you happy. If the XPRO3 is not for you, like I said, it's my second favorite camera after my GFX50R. It is. It's a very polished piece of product, but I thought I'd clear this up since nobody seems to get what the XPRO3 is. But I found a perfect parallel in the phone world. Yeah, all these companies making billions and billions and billions of these flip phones. Billions of them. Nobody was complaining. Everybody was happy. Oh my God, it's so simple. I can stick it in my pocket and I don't have to worry about it when I drop it that I break the screen. You know, it's meant to be a phone. Its primary function was a phone, not a miniature TV display to be perpetually chimping off the back of. Ooh, 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 ooh. Its purpose was a phone. The XPRO3's purpose is not as a miniature movie display for you to be perpetually chimping your images off of. It was meant to be a camera for taking pictures. That's exactly what it's designed to be, and that's exactly what it is. Peace out, Girl Scout. Wait for it. Fuji! That's right. Exactly.